Hi,
Okay.
everyone. Happy Tuesday. Should have woke up this morning. I thought it was Monday. I'm like, oh, yay, one more day past the week. Um, my name is Tina Basir. I am going to be hosting the webinar today with a dear friend of mine, Joe Barrera. He is the EVP of our labor relations at Revolution Payroll. We actually had a beautiful slide ready for you guys, but we had some technical difficulty with the introduction one. So I'm just going to talk through it. Hopefully I won't bore anyone to death. So for those of you that don't know us, Revolution Payroll is an entertainment payroll company. We are close to 6 years old. And the founders of Revolution are or have been entertainment veteran, along with Joe and I. We've been doing this for over 20 plus years. And they worked on have Revolution born. So because we wanted to be on a smaller scale so that we can give the best customer service possible in the entertainment space and technology to accompany it. Speaking of technology, I'm going to just talk through a handful of systems that we do have in place. If anyone's interested in seeing a demo, please reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to set it up for you guys. We have ProHire, which is our start and time card program. It is web-based and it's built into one program. You have your production team invite your crew members to go in and enter their start information, their time card information, and the system automatically will calculate the time cards for them. You batch them up and you send it over to Revolution Payroll to process it. For those of you might have some crew members that don't want to go digital. I'm actually one of them. I'm all about paper. We actually accept paper time cards. You can also upload those paper information into the program for filing purposes or for references, for lack of better terms. That is ProHire. We also have ProBooks, which is tailored for the production industry. It is for shows and series and TV, movies. It's our production accounting program. You can run your GL Bible, cost report. It has AP module, stores digital copies of your receipts, and we also have a digital PO to accompany it. We also have True Budget, which is our bidding and actualization program tailored for the commercial industry. It is absolutely complimentary. If you go into our website, you can download it. If you have any issues, please reach out to me and I would be more than happy to send you a link to download. And it actually speaks to our time card program for actualization purposes. We also have ProCal, which is our web-based calendar program. You can move the events around in the program. You can run your calendar simultaneously. You can report it. It also has your union holiday schedule in the program. It's actually becoming one of our most popular programs next to ProHire. We also just launched our commercial accounting system, which I'm sure those of you that have been in the commercial space know. It is tailored for more of a corporate accounting program. So if you have multiple entities that you want to aggregate reports, this is your go-to system. And we just launched. We have a handful of clients that are utilizing it. It's a great and powerful program if you want to see it. We also have SetKeeper, which is mostly used for watermarking, sharing scripts. If you want to securely share documents within companies or individuals, it's your go-to program. Last but not least, we have Pro Analytics, which is one of my favorite ones. It's a one-stop hub. So if you're using multiple payroll companies for a show or just throughout the year, that if you want to run specific tailored reports, we have a data feed, a payroll data feed set up for all the payroll companies that goes into this one program on a nightly basis, and it's just your payroll information. So if you want to run a report to see how many PAs you paid out last year amongst all your entities and amongst all the payroll companies that you utilize, this is your go-to program to use. It is very powerful. You do not have to be a client. Actually, majority of the systems that I mentioned to you, you do not have to be a Revolution client to use. You can just pay me and Joe directly, and we will take care of you. other services that we do offer, there's ACA, tax incentives, residuals. So in addition to payroll and our systems, we do have other services that we provide. Did I miss anything, Joe? I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Yes. I'm going to turn it over to you because I can talk all day long. So I'm sure you guys are anxious to know about the rates. So I will be quiet. I am going to read your questions. Please put them on chat. Once Joe finalizes his presentation, I'm going to read the questions to him so he can address it. I'm also going to send out a follow-up email with both of our information. So if there's something that you think, thought of afterwards, you can email us and we'll be more than happy to take care of it for you. Joe, all yours, my friend.
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to our DGA AICP rundown. Hope this becomes helpful to you guys. There's quite a bit of information on this one. There was a lot of changes to it, so please, we're just touching on the main points. If you need further explanation or have some scenarios you want to run by, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be glad to assist you, and that goes even if you're not a current client of ours. We're here to help. So let's begin. So does everybody see my sharing screen for the PowerPoint? Okay, excellent. So here is the let's see. So here we go. So the term is for 3 years, typical term, like for all the agreements. Here are the increases that took place in this agreement. For directors, first assistants, directors, and union production managers, the first year they had a 6% increase, which is obviously way higher than typical. The second year, they're going to have a 4% increase. Third year, 4% increase. The second assistant director, the first year increases by $700. Second year, it'll be 4% on top of that. And then the third year, 4% on top of that. The second assistant director should always be at 85% of the second assistant director scale. So once you have your scale rate for the second assistant director, 85% is what the second should be getting in that pertaining year. The pension and health. Pension and health is based on presumed annual earnings, as you know. They've amended what those earnings are. So for the principal directors, the increase went to 200,000, and then effective December 1st, 2025 is going to go to 210,000. The principal staff, UPMs, ADs, and first ADs, their increase went to 163,000, 173,000 for December 1st, 2025. And then if you have any staff, second ADs, the increased annual earnings went to 98,000, and then 105,000 will be effective December 1st, 2025. Now, in year 2 and 3, DGA has the right to allocate 0.5% from the wage percentage increase to PH&W. What that means, should they find that their funds are running low, let's say the 4% on the second year increase can be reduced to 3.5% for wages, and then the additional 0.5% will go to the actual pension and health wherever they feel that is low. For directors other than principal directors, the presumed salary is now 11,000 a day, and then it'll go up to 12,000 a day effective December 1st. Actually, sorry, the salary currently is 11K and is going to 12,000 a day effective December 1st, 2024, and then is going to 12,500 effective December 1st, 2025. And that's the presumed salaries, obviously, where the PH&W is based from, regardless of what the individual is actually getting paid, just making that clear. Now, UPMs and assistant directors had a little bit of a change. So UPMs were basically stated as to how they would be hired on, and that was on side letter 14, but side letter 14 got deleted. So what they did is added some new language to Article 5-101, where it talks about hiring additional UPMs that are in their qualifying list or who are eligible to work as a freelance UPM. This basically puts them that they'll be covered, any additional UPMs will be covered under the AICP agreement as long as the producer and employee agree to it. So if the producer and the employee agree to it, anybody that's an additional UPM will be covered under the agreement. Now, the second AD is now also getting an additional pay for preparation day. The additional pay for prep day is consistent of that the company moves at least twice and that at least 30 individuals are photographed on that day. So if those situations happen, then the additional prep day takes place. The assigning of a second AD, it's now based on the same parameters, whether the company moves 2 or more places, that's obviously shooting places, and then 20 or more individuals are photographed in a day. So at that time, you could have a second AD assigned to your production. The commercial qualification list. The modification happened that AICP will notify the qualification list administrator to note on the roster who is eligible to work on the commercial qualifying list. So there is now going to be a vetting process that the AICP does in order to have the individuals listed as eligible to work on a commercial. Also, the other change that happened to the diversity and training is that the producers are going to make an effort to increase the hiring of the underrepresented groups. Obviously, women, Hispanics, anybody that's underrepresented, the producers have to make an effort to increase the hiring of those. The qualification contribution increased as well. It was 20% of the gross earnings, and it is now 25%. The diversity contribution also went from 15% to 25%. And the same as the overall contribution, the producer can reallocate 0.5% of the above contributions and then have it reallocated to the commercial qualification administrator contribution. So that's something that the producers can allocate. The low budget thresholds have also changed. So for the low budget commercials, it went from 125 per shoot day to 150 per shoot day. The overall total production budget changed from 625 to 700. There was a change in the tiers as well. The low budget tiers were modified. There used to be 4 tiers, now there's 2. Tier 1 will be any production that's less than $80,000 per day. And tier 2 is anybody that's more than 80,000, but no more than 150K per day. That another thing that came about, and obviously we all know why this came about, but there's now a ban on live ammunition. Live ammunition is now prohibited on set. There's a few exceptions when it's needed. When you're allowed, production is allowed. That's when the ammunition is essential to the subject matter of work, or state or federal facility where firearms are already present in lieu of filming. So if there's a facility that obviously already has weapons and live ammo, then, you know, even though they're not filming, you know, on a day-to-day basis, then that's allowed in those cases. Also, when you hire security personnel to provide security, but they are obviously needing to be compliant with the firearm policies. A peace officer can obviously have live ammo. And then should you be at any commercial location where ammunition can be found, such as a gun store, in those cases, live ammunition is allowed. The Commercial Industry Administrative Fund increased as well. The increase for the CIAF contribution went from 35% to 40%. And then the 40% is going up to 45% effective December 1st, 2025. I believe that was all for the changes. Like I said, on those changes, I know that there were some that were more further in detail. But like I said, if you have any additional questions, I'd be glad to discuss them with you. There was also a declaration for the AI. That one is pretty detailed on it. So if you have any questions on the AI for DGA, please feel free to call me. We can discuss your scenario, or I could try to give you a full rundown of the whole changes. But that's going to be a pretty healthy description of it, just so you gather on it. So those are the changes that happen. Please, like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Tina?
Yes. Is there a rule when we need to assign a third second AD?
The rule, sorry.
And we are recording this webinar.
Yes.
And if you're interested in receiving a copy of it for references, just email us, and then I will send it to you directly.
So for a third, there isn't any requirement at this time. You know, they only go into hiring a second. But if you have a third, that would be up to the producer's discretion to bring them on.
Okay. Company moves each day or for the whole shoot?
Each day. It's not for the whole shoot. So it could be, you know, like you have two locations in one shoot day. So if you have two locations in one shoot day, that qualifies. Or, you know, overall, it could be one location one day, another location another day. So it's just the number of moves that you do, whether in one day or for the whole shoot.
Do we include extras in the talent count?
In the talent count, you do not. Sorry, I had to think about that one. Yeah, you do not add them into the talent count.
Okay. Can you clarify the low budget limit? It started up to $700,000. Is that considered low budget?
Now, for the low budget, I think the threshold, anything over $700,000 in an overall production budget is now going to be standard. Anything below 700,000 is going to be considered low budget. So, and then, you know, the only thing you got to think about is how much of the budget is a per day budget to determine what tier you fall in.
Let me see. Those are all the questions listed for now. Does anyone else have any more questions? And again, if you think about them later on, I'm going to send an email with our information. So reach out to myself and Joe, mostly Joe for union questions. and
And
we'll
if
be
you do have additional questions, sorry, Tina, and if you do have
Mhm.
additional questions, feel free. I will address them, and I will also provide you with the actual DGA contract language as backup for your files, so that way you, should anybody question it, you also have the backup as well.
That's all I have. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you for taking time to learn more about the DGA changes.
Yes, and we will be having more of these webinars, informational for commercials. So please, if you have any suggestions or wants, please let us know, and then we'll get around to those for sure.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Joe.
Thank you. Bye, Mel.